Guess who made another video? It's me!
I'm so dumb. That actually made me dizzy. Hello, I'm Pinkink, and I'm making another video. Yippee. So today I'm going to be using some references I found on Pinterest to make wonderful art. Or at least in my opinion, it's wonderful.
Alright, let's take a little look at Pinterest to see what we find. Oh, let's just scroll past that. I'm going to be looking at a little Pinterest board that I made called Poses, because sometimes I just see a pose and just think, oh, that would fit my character so well. No, and here we go. I think this will fit my character Ceno. So I'm gonna take this and just draw my character. So now comes the drawing portion. So for you artists, you can take out a pencil or maybe a tablet and start drawing along with me. Did you hear that? I said tablet. I try to sound professional and yet I stutter. How splendid. Anywho, I wanted to draw this in my style, so that's why I didn't just straight up trace the reference. So anyways, let me talk a little bit on why I chose this, chose the reference. So I have this character named Ceno that goes to my story called The Tale of Jesse. I haven't spoken about him much. Hopefully I will in the future. But basically I imagine him as the kind of character that would stay home a lot and kind of hoards things and just likes to live good, you know, because he kind of came from a place where he didn't have many things. And I just imagine he would be sitting down in this little couch for one. I don't really know what those couches are called that is one-seater. Oh, I think it's a sofa. I honestly have no idea. Anyways, but that detail is not important. But I imagine he would just be sitting down and having a little newspaper, and it would be playing some sort of jazz music. And not the newspaper would be playing jazz music, but he would have a little record player, those old-timey things. And let's just say he has had and still gets many girlfriends. I don't really want to go too in depth on that, but I imagine he's calling one of his lady friends on the phone, and he is just hit with love, you know. I don't know, poor dude has a hole in his heart, but whatever. That is still no excuse for his behavior, but it is a reason. Anyways, back to the actual drawing. I haven't started coloring the drawing yet in the video, but I will start coloring it pink, although Ceno's main color palette is kind of purple, or more of just skin color and hair color, like someone we know. But I've kind of been struggling with Ceno's color palette, so I thought it'd be cool to do this kind of monochromatic style, but with the main color being pink. This is a little random, but I remember I was drawing this in public and a lot of people were just like, who is she? And I'm like, who is she? It is a he. I am aware that this character kind of does look like a female, and when I tell some of my friends this, that I am aware he kind of looks like a girl, a lot of my friends are like, what? No, he looks like a boy to me. And I'm like, really? Because all of my other friends that are not artists thinks it looks like a girl. But I don't know, what do you guys think? Because especially this drawing, because he's wearing a robe, and just the way I drew it makes it look like he has chest and not a man's chest. Oh, by the way, I'm sick, so that was my cough. How wonderful. Anyways, but with the colors, I tried to stay within a pink, but I wasn't really doing it 100% monochromatic, because there's a few yellows and more orangey, and kind of just in the area of pinks and kind of reds and slight oranges. I wasn't too strict with the whole monochromatic thing. I feel like how the drawing ends up, I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I kind of wish it was a little more messy and kind of just silly, and it kind of wasn't. I feel like it was a little bit too clean for what I imagined, because I imagined it to be a little bit more painterly and just kind of a ton of layers, but that didn't really happen. I attempted to do so, but it just didn't really work out on how I imagined it. But anyways, now time for a little self-checkup. How are you doing? Did you drink enough water today? Did you eat enough? Or did you eat too much, and do you feel like you're about to throw up? I know that happens to me. And have you been drawing during this video, or have you just been doing something else? Hopefully your day has been a good one, and if it hasn't, I'm sure it will get better. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but if you're going through a hard time, remember it's just a season, and you'll get through this. You just gotta stay strong. Sending hugs to anyone who needs it. So yeah, don't be afraid to tell me how your day has been going in the comments. I'm not just saying that so you can comment. I genuinely would like to know. Although, forgive me if I don't respond. Sometimes you just don't know what to say. I'm sure you have felt that before. Okay, some of you guys may not understand this, but I feel like Wally Darling right now. I don't know. I feel like I'm talking like him.
Usually I don't feel like I'm as soft-spoken. Usually I talk like this and I'm really loud.
But I don't know, just today I felt like giving the cozy vibes. Anyways, the drawing is done and now to move on to the next thing. So for this next one, I decided to pick this one because it made me think of my characters Sylvester and Pierre. Although when I saw it, I imagined that Sylvester would be the one to the left and Sylvester would have a different expression. And I feel like my character Pierre would be the one to the right and he wouldn't be holding a sword because I don't think he's the type to fight. I am now switching to real time because I happen to be recording at the time. I was actually listening to music this whole time.
For those of you who are curious, here's a little peek of what I was listening to. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have context for that one.
I realize I don't tend to draw my characters from like their side profile often, so it was a little difficult to draw Pierre on his like side profile. I don't do that really. And also it was kind of hard because Sylvester and Pierre are just very different. I feel like Pierre is more, I guess, anatomically correct, and Sylvester is like, he's just built different. So I don't know, because Pierre has more of a chin than Sylvester does. Sylvester's just like built like an oval. So I'm like, how do I make you guys on the side profile but still look like it is correct? And another thing, I was kind of struggling with Sylvester's smile. I don't know why, I just imagined it a certain way, but when I drew it, it just looked really off. So I just kept redoing it and redoing it. But anyways, back to time lapse. I feel like I'm really happy with how the art piece ended up in the end. I don't know, it's just so clean. One thing I do want to work on though is backgrounds, because when I was done, I'm like, wow, the background feels really empty. And like, I want to place my characters in like actual backgrounds, not just random color for the background and just random stuff. I want it to be like they're actually in a place, like outside or inside or maybe sitting on a chair or something. I don't know. But yeah, I guess that's something I need to work on. Anyways, back to the art piece once again. I feel like this art piece just makes me laugh. I don't know. Because I feel like it was funny because since Pierre is a clown, I feel like it would be funny if the sword wasn't actually a sword, it was just a balloon sword, because fun. Oh, here we go. I just noticed a mistake just now. If Pierre were to like stand up straight, Pierre would be taller right now. But in reality, Sylvester is supposed to be taller than Pierre. Whoops. But I can't fix that now, so just pretend I didn't say anything. I don't know, I love this art piece. Sylvester is just smug as always and just like, oh really, do you really think you'll hurt me?
And Pierre's just like, you stay away from Jesse. If you get 2 more inches closer, I will hurt you. And Sylvester would just be like, do you really think you're gonna hurt me with a balloon? And he just proceeds to pop it.
So yeah, that's just the little scene that I imagined in my head. When I was drawing this and like adding the color, I was kind of worried that the drawing wasn't going to turn out as well as I wanted it to. But then I started adding all the extra stuff and I'm like, oh, you know what? There we go. It was just going through the ugly phase. I like it way better now. So yeah, but the drawing's pretty much done. And now moving on to the last and final drawing. So I went looking around for a little reference that, I don't know, I just wanted something to speak to me, and then I found something. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this character, but I have a character that I named the Scientist Guy. How creative. So I don't know if you guys remember or were even here for this, but I made a little video a while back talking about this story called The Pop-Ups. The main characters in that story consist of Eddie, Zeke, and Cole. And then there's another character that some people may say the antagonist, but his name is the Scientist Guy. At first, the name Scientist Guy was a placeholder name, but then I thought it'd be extremely funny if the main characters just called him the Scientist Guy. He does actually have a name, but the pop-ups never really caught on to calling him by his real name. Because the main characters, which go by the pop-ups, are slow, interesting creatures. The original video of me talking about their story, I don't think I ever put like an actual image of the Scientist Guy, mostly just cause I've never really drawn him or even colored him before. So currently this is like the only digital drawing I have of the Scientist Guy. And kind of a sad one at that. Because most of the time when the Scientist Guy interacts with the pop-ups, he's a little interesting. I feel as though the scientist guy forgets that they are kind of humans as well, even though they're technically not. The scientist guy is not very good at giving sympathy and forgets that the pop-ups have feelings too. And the scientist guy sometimes realizes this and kind of contemplates to himself, and he even wonders from time to time, he's like, am I even human? I don't know, the scientist guy is an interesting fellow, at least to me. And he's currently trying to call someone that he's been trying to come in contact with for a while. Who that person is, I will not say right now. What I will say is that the scientist guy has dedicated all of his research to this one person. So yeah, but I honestly really like the character, the scientist guy. I don't know, I really enjoy him. Even though I'm the one who created him, but whatever. Anyways, but I hope you enjoyed that drawing. I feel like I could have easily made this whole video into like a video dedicated to the Taylor Jessie, but then I screwed it all up by adding like a little pop-ups drawing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you will have a wonderful day. Goodbye! I've been wanting to make another video dedicated to like the Taylor Jessie again, but I've been kind of unsure on what should happen next, because I know the basic story, but kind of going off like directly off of the video I made last time for the Taylor Jessie, I'm not really sure on what to do. But hopefully I will figure it out soon, because I really do like thinking about that story.